Hello students, good morning to one and all. Today let us discuss the topic called as structure of C program. In the earlier classes we had already discussed about algorithm and flowchart, how the algorithm looks and how the flowchart will be drawn by using the different notations. See, we in flowchart we had lot of notations in algorithm we had used the steps to determine how the program run. Actually, algorithm and flowchart both comes under a part called as a design part. Let me discuss the topic again and again because the algorithmic design or the program design is very important. So how the steps is included towards designing the program. First it comes under problem definition. Second will be problem analysis. Next it will be a design. In design we had learned algorithm and flowchart. Then, after designing, we need to make a very specific and very important part of software development, that is called as programming. So, in programming, you must learn more and more programming languages because the computer system supports high level language, which in turn to be included as a programming language. So programming languages, you are learning a very basic kind of a programming language in the first semester, that is known as C program. So here we have a C program actually. So this C program is used to design a software in order to make the communication between human and the computer system. So when we have access through C programming, we need to learn what are the rules and regulations, what are the frames, how to use a program, how to develop a program. So we have to learn it from the scratch. So step by step we have to learn. So what is the necessity of writing a program? Because we need to access the particular environments of a computer system. If I want to make a computer to be user friendly, we have to go for a programming to develop a software. So in earlier days I have told you program is a set of instruction, software is a collection of programs, operating system is a collection of softwares. So now we'll discuss how to design a program. So in this section let us learn how the structure of a C program looks like. Okay, now the structure of C program, or else it has been also been called as a basic structure of C program. See, here you can have a look over here where we have a hash include something like this. So this section is called as preprocessor or directive header file. Otherwise preprocessor directive or header file, both the words we can call. So this will be the first step. Then, when we have access to the preprocessor directive, before this we need to mention lot of procedures like comments, documents. So many things will be there. So first let us discuss what is preprocessor directives now. Now, when we have a preprocessor directive or a header file, this will link to the other source of a software. Otherwise, it will link to the external source of a system. So when we want to access some of the utilities within a program, we must use the preprocessor directive. Then following that, we need to mention some of the function. See here I have mentioned a function called as what? Void main. So void is a terminology, main is also a terminology. Here we call both the things as keywords. Here void is a keyword, main is a function. It can be user defined or it can be a built-in function also. So when we have a use a void main function, it is being declared in the next line. We have what? Program statements. So after using a preprocessor directive, we are going to mention a program statements. So here we have another look of a structure of a C program actually. So here we have a preprocessor as we mentioned earlier, and they have mentioned something called as variable declaration. Here they have used global variable. What is this? Global variable. So when we have a global variable, there are some types actually in a variable. Variable is nothing but a placeholder. Variable is nothing but a placeholder which stores the values. When we have a variable, we can distinguish the variable into two types, local variable and global variable. Now, when we have a global variable, this variable, in this example, they have taken what? Global var. They have taken an example as global var. This is enable to the entire program, which means it is visible to all the set of a program. So that is why it is called as global variable. Local variable, you can just have a look over here. So local variables have scope only within this floor brackets, not to the entire program. Okay, so this is the difference between local variable and global variable. And after this, you can just refer here, that is called as comment section. What do you mean by comment section? Here you can see different kind of comments here. Here it is slash with a star and star with a slash. So this is called as multiple line comment. And here you can see only the two slash symbol, it is called as single line comment. Why we need a comment? Actually, we require a comment to describe what is there in a program, what the developer is going to say. If you want to define to some other person, so you can define it over here. So this is not executable. Whatever you write within that, that is not executed within a program. Now, local variable, global variable has already been declared, so don't worry about the program. So let me discuss the program in the coming sections also. So this is just an example kind of a thing, how the structure of a program is defined. So here they say variable definition. The variable is defined through what? With a data type. Here they have taken what? Integer as a data type. The variable name is local var. So they have assigned a variable value as what? 5. So 5 is assigned to local variable. Again, this something they are doing. So with this they are making assignment to the global variable. Anyhow, this is a structure of a C program. At first, so let me tell you the steps one by one so that you can make a note of the things in a page sheet of a paper. See, first section is documentation section. Second section is preprocessor directive. Next, you will be having a global declaration section, local declaration section, and the statements of a program. So these are all the steps we require in writing a program. Here we have mentioned some of the steps, but the proper steps are, let me repeat it once again: documentation section, preprocessor directive, global declaration, local variable declaration, program statements, and etc. So these are all the structure, the basic steps of a C program. Next we have preprocessor directives. So let us discuss the basic structure of a C program one by one. So in preprocessor directive, we have several including files, which means stdio.h, conio.h kind of a things. You can just observe the word over here. See here, they have mentioned stdio.h. Everything will have its own abbreviations in our C program. So std stands for standard, io stands for input and output, .h stands for header file. So it is just the extension they have given for the file, that is called as stdio as .h. Now, the first statement is to be checked by the compiler. What is the first statement? Preprocessor directive is the first statement to be checked by the compiler. I have told you already what is a compiler. Compiler converts high level language to low level language. So while converting, the first statement which is been checked is what? The first statement is preprocessor directive. Next, preprocessor directives always preceded with what symbol? Hash. So it is been always denoted as what? Hash symbol. So it is very important to use. They contain information to the compiler which are required by the compiler during the compilation. There are few compiler directives, but only two of them will be discussed. Means just for an example purpose, they have taken only two. That is stdio.h. See here they have given some explanation. It tells the compiler to include the file called as stdio.h during the compilation. Then anything in the header file will be included as a part of a program. Actually, If you don't include this won't be the a part of a program. If you include, then only it will become a part of a program. Then another example kind of a thing for a preprocessor directive is hash define. They have given value 10. So the value is assigned with the value what? 10. Now wherever you use the word called as value in a program, the value will be what? Values value will be 10 itself. It tells the compiler to substitute the word value with 10 during compilation. So this is all about preprocessor directives. Here they have given another example. Just have a look over here. Hash define pi value. What is the pi value they have mentioned? 3.14. So they have mentioned 3.14 some fractional values. Wherever you use the pi, what will be the value which is been replaced? 3.14. You just observe here. It is a perimeter formula. This is the area of a circle formula, pi r square. And here again they have used this. Means in spite of writing this long number, you can replace the entire number with what? You can replace the entire number with pi as a capital letter. So this is all the meaningful statements of preprocessor directives. So next going to the comments. Comments means it is been discussed in a previous section just now. So it is a ignorable part of a program. Whatever you write in a comment, there are two types of comments. You just observe here as multiple line comments, single line comments. We have plenty of things actually. So single line, double line, multiple line kind of a thing. Whatever you write within this, that will be ignored. That will be ignored by the compiler. So you are telling the information only to the other users, not for the computer. So this is the meaning of a comments. So let us see what they have mentioned here. Comment means explanations or annotations that are included in a program for documentation and clarification purpose. Means it is been used only for the documentation purpose, not for the compilation or execution. So comments are completely ignored by the compiler. Understood? So there are two types of a comment actually. As a precise value, we have multiple line comment if you use it with slash and star and slash, and we have a single line comment also that is being called as double slash. That means double forward slash. So we have a basic data type. So the basic data types are, there are three basic data types in C program. So the three basic data types are namely integer, character and double. Integer is used only to denote what? Numbers or decimal values. We can call it as a numeric values. Character is used to specify alphabets or letters. Double is used to identify what? Floating point values like fractions. Understood? So we'll discuss about this in upcoming programs as well. So these are all the basic data types known as integer, character and double. Now what is variable? Variable is known as a placeholder. So it can access any value, which means it stores the value to the program or else an alphabet. A variable can be declared globally or locally. Global variable can be accessed from any part of a program, but local variable can be accessed only within the function declaration, which means only within the floor brackets. So these are the statements. We have statements like printf, scanf. So we have a lot of statements that we will discuss. So functions. So up to where? Here up to variable. Let us discuss this class actually. From the coming class onwards, let us discuss what is the program. Okay, thank you.